Hey guys, it's Maurice and I'm back with another video, and today we are going to be doing a weekly roundup. So right now I want to talk about the sudden pause, or should I say the sudden pause of the Real Housewives of Miami. Now it was announced last week that the Real Housewives of Miami was going to be going on a pause. No time limits, no, that was it. It was they're going on pause. Now, a lot of media outlets are saying that it is due to uh, the ratings. A lot of people like to say how live ratings does not matter. However, we all know that that's not true. Live ratings does matter, and it plays a huge factor in the budgets and how networks get their money and ad revenue and so forth and so forth. If you can stream it the next day, a lot of times, a lot of people have, like myself, have the ad-free tier. They're not getting that much money off of these shows if they're not collecting any ads. So what does that lead? Like their average I'm sorry guys, let me just take a little sip of water. They're averaging like below 300,000 a week per live ratings. Bravo has been saying that, well, some people at Bravo say that they're more so looking at the 3 day to 7 day or 5 day tracking afterwards of these shows. However, a lot of shows will still be on TV if they were not worried about these live ratings. Live numbers matter, and that's all to that when it comes up to the Real Housewives of Miami. I feel bad because I felt like they had potential. I feel like they needed a cast shakeup. They brought back, when the show was initially rebooted back in 2023, I want to say they came back. Let me fact check myself real fast because I want to make sure I get this right. Uh, but in the meantime, while I look that up, I want to just get this one point across. Um, when they brought the show back, the original, like the first time, and it was like brought back as a Peacock exclusive for like 3 seasons or something like that. Um, they brought back too many of their OGs. OGs does matter, and I think that every show should have like OG or two around, or they should do like a dinner scene like Beverly Hills do, where they invite a lot of their OGs back in the mix. So when did they bring back the Real Housewives of original release date? Yeah, 2023. They came back in 2023. They got put on pause. Well, they never originally back in the day when I would watch them. Um, they never call it a pause. They always called it a cancel. The same thing with the Real Housewives of DC. That was canceled, and they have not even. That show has never even heard a day of light. They don't even invite those women to anything. They just did Real Ultimate Girls Trips 20-year anniversary thing where they travel to each city and they do iconic parties or whatever. They never made a stop in DC. Well, they made a stop in DC. Did they make a stop in DC? They probably did, and they probably saw the Potomac ladies. But the Real Housewives of DC, none of the ladies made an appearance, and I think that is kind of funny. And I feel like there's potential for that when you just get like women who men are lifestyles are in politics. Like, I think that right there actually will, like, I don't know. Bravo can do something with that, in my honest opinion, but whatever. But Miami is on pause. They're going to be on pause for a while. I don't know when they're going to be coming back. They're probably going to, because they just announced that the Real Housewives of New York City was coming back, and they were only bringing back 3 of those women. I feel like Bravo should have taken a page out of that book and brought back only 3 of the women who was on the show from season 1 to season 4 before they rebooted the cast. And I felt like as the next season, they should have chose the weakest link and let that weakest link go, and that's that. I feel, and like, who would I have kept on that cast? Larsa, Alexia, and I would only keep those two and bring in new women. And that's my honest opinion on the Real Housewives of Miami. I did a longer form video based on that last week, but the pollen has been kicking my ass. Like seriously, the pollen has been kicking my ass. I may put the video out. I may just shelf the video or whatever. I don't know. But I want to also get into one of my other favorite shows, which is Chasing Atlanta. Now, Chasing Atlanta, as I said inside one of my previous videos, that they have gotten a rebooted cast. They're in a new era. It's the new Atlanta. That's what they're saying. It's a new Atlanta, and I have to say I have been quite enjoying this season. Now, I watched episode 1, and I also seen a little bit of episode 2, but I haven't really been. I was just like, it's okay. And then my friend was like, um, have you seen Chasing Atlanta? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen it. I've seen the first episode, but I haven't watched it. And he was like, you should watch this season. So I was trying my best to watch episode 2, but I have it on my TV, and YouTube would just not work for me. And they only had not season 4, child, episode 4, and ironically, I guess this was the episode where everything was happening, and just if we're being honest. And Q came back in this episode. I didn't even know he was gone because, again, like I said, I haven't really been watching the show like that. But I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up. But I did want to talk about episode 4 and 5, in the mix on that. So they start off as what is it? It's Dominique's wigging out party, and Q makes his grand return to the group, and the group is feeling some type of way. Everybody in the group is feeling some type of way. The party looked like it was a lot of fun, and that's like I love game nights and I like theme parties as well. So I'm actually going to tug on y'all wig a little bit and steal that idea because that party looked like it was a lot of fun. But Q shows up. Everyone is like, "Well, bitch, where the hell you been at? Like, where the hell this bitch been at? You know?" And and Q's like, "Well, I'll talk about it later." Craig, I have to say, Craig has grown on me from because in that episode, in episode 4, I did not like Craig, but as the went on, I have to say, Craig is one of my favorite people on the show. He's one of my favorite peoples on the show. Seriously, he's one of my favorite peoples on the show, and I think that he deserves to be on the show. Um, Maybe. I gotta watch the other 2 episodes that I missed. I gotta watch those 2 episodes that I missed. But Craig is one of my favorites, and they're like, "Well, no, we want to talk about it now. Like, where you been at, Q? Like where you been at? Like, where you been at?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, Q. Like, bitch, where the hell you been at?" Like, and on top of that, I'm not gonna lie, Q had looked cute coming in there. I was like, "Okay, Q, you got the little shirt on, you got your muscles out, you got the diamonds and the little tight, like, I was like, okay, Q, and he's dark skinned, and it was like everything was just going great. And his confessional look with the gray shirt, gray is one of my favorite colors of all time. It's my favorite color. Q looks great in gray, and I love it. Now, is the heat on in here? The weather that we've been having here is weird. It was cold 2 days. It was freezing cold 2 days ago. It was like in the 30s 2 days ago, and like now we're in the 70s, and tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 80s. And I think in 2 days we're supposed to be going back down to the 30s or 40s or something like that. I don't know what this weather is doing, but I just know that it needs to rain. Let's get some of this pollen out so I can stay on task. Okay. But Q came in, and I have to say, Q outfit was it was cute. It was cute. Q ate that look up. Now, fast forward to a different scene. I want to say it's the very next scene. Q invites his homegirls over. The homegirls are they look like a fun time. They look like a very fun time. They look like they was talking, and Q said that he was gone because he went to jail. And when he said that, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like the whole tone and the whole episode seemed like it shifted. And when he was talking about it, like I was like eating, what was I eating? I think I was eating some pasta because I made some pasta. I had made some pasta, and like I was eating it, and Q was talking about like how he went to jail and the whole process, and he's like he was sitting in central booking for, oh my gosh, like 4 days or something like that. And he just passed out, and he had to go to the infirmary or the ER or whatever it was. And like he also opened up about him being assaulted in jail. And do you know how brave you have to be to speak about that on national TV. That was very brave of Q, and Q already won me over because I feel like Q is, and not just for his appearance wise. Um, I have to say, his I think in the season premiere he had a fashion show. I thought the fashion show was cute. I thought his outfit was cute, and on top of that, I what I do like about him, like later on in the same episode or maybe the next episode, in episode 5, I like how he doesn't back down, and like it was the scene where he was telling everybody, and he ended up telling his friends that he was going to have a party at his house, and that he was going to let the group know what was going on, let the collective know what was going on, and he did. And Craig was like, oh, that's my type of bitch right there. Because that bitch looked me right in my eye and told me I've been to jail. And I was like, ooh. I'm like, that's right. I was like, clock it. We're gonna do that again. And I was like, okay. But one of the things that did not make sense to me was um Nova's issue with Althea. I don't understand that issue. If she told you that her child's father was gay for pay, what was the purpose of you bringing it up and like a whole argument of, something, of anything like that? Because that has nothing to do with what we're talking about or what we got going on right now. That ain't got nothing to do with it. So like I was like looking at Nova like, girl, really? Like this whole situation could have been avoided had you just shut your damn mouth. And I like Nova. I like this cast, but my only issue with this cast is that this cast is too damn big. It is too damn big. They're doing a damn good job at keeping up with storylines and keeping everybody stories afloating. But to me, the cast is just too damn big. I think that 8 people would have been perfect with one friend, or 7 people with one friend to make it 8. So it's kind of hard to keep up with everybody because they even called out Sammy because Sammy said you had all this smoke for Q and you ain't said nothing to Q when you saw him. And I'm like, okay, girl, they clocking your tea, and honestly, it's the truth. So that's that. But I will be keeping up with Chasing Atlanta from now on. They got a new episode coming out tonight because they had a delay in the episode that was supposed to come out yesterday, which was Wednesday. And I think this video is coming out on Friday. So, I mean, I'll probably do a separate video talking about the newest episode because Chasing Atlanta has my full on attention. And they said that Chasing LA is coming back. So, I guess I'll be tuning into that. Anyways, we're going to switch gears again, and we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Ciao. Let's get on it. Now, the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Bravo just announced the cast that's going to be returning to the new season of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and I think this is season 15, if I'm not mistaken. See, like, what season is this? What season is this? Come on, tell me what season is this? Season 15, I was right. And it's being reported that 6 women has been fired and they're only keeping 3, being Teresa, Dolores, and Melissa. Now, they have decided to let go of Jen Aiden, Margaret Joseph, Jen Fessler. Danielle could have gone. What's the other girl? Rachel Fuda. She could have gone. And I actually like Jackie. I did like Jackie. Like, and they also decided to let Jackie go. Jackie was a good friend. I felt like she held it down the few times that she was on the show as full time. But I'm disappointed in this cast announcement because y'all literally just kept the 3 who y'all just kept these 3. Now they're going supposed to be adding like 3 to 4 new women onto the show, and they did not say what Teresa, Dolores, and Melissa's roles are going to be. But I'm pretty sure. Wait, what it says? Back and is back better. Real Houses of New Jersey is back on display. Dolores, yeah, new season. They start filming soon, so I'm assuming that they're going to be airing in December, or they're going to be airing in January of next year, maybe. I don't know. They probably will get like maybe a November, December air date because Potomac hasn't even started filming yet. and I heard about a little bit about Potomac too, and I'll do that inside a separate video. But I think that this was a horrible casting decision. I feel as though either Jennifer or Margaret, or both of them, should have returned, and they should have just gotten three new women to be with this cast. I don't feel like Dolores should have returned because Dolores is, in my opinion, very boring. To me, she's boring. But I guess she do keep the balance in between Melissa and Teresa. But I find it boring, and I guarantee you they will be inside the same predicament that they were in just 2 years ago, and the reason why the show was put on pause. History is going to repeat itself if you keep doing the same thing. They had a solid cast, a solid cast. I felt like they could have let Danielle go. I'm not really a big fan of Danielle. Whatever her name is, I don't know. I'm not a fan of her. I was like, oh, okay, she's cute. She seems like a lot of fun, but Danielle isn't really, in my opinion, like a real housewife. Like I don't get housewife from her. She's beautiful. She has a beautiful family. She has a nice home, but I don't, it is what it is when it comes up to her. I think that Jen Fessler was a good friend of. She was funny, quirky, and she looked like she could be a lot of fun. But in my honest opinion, I felt like it was a. They should have kept Jen Aiden. Jen Aiden has the house. She looks like she has the wealth. I don't know. I don't know their personal bank account information and stuff like that. But she at least looks like she has the money to be on the show. She has a beautiful house that deserves to be on the show. But I feel like with the cast from the past few seasons cast, they have been able to hold it down, and they kind of broke it up from that family dynamic. And I felt like this is a loss for Bravo. But you guys tell me what you guys think. Have you guys been keeping up with the news with the Real Housewives of Miami? Have you guys watched Chasing Atlanta? And what do you guys think about the new season? How do you feel about the new rebooted cast? What do you guys think about the Real Housewives of New Jersey cast announcement? Are you disappointed like I am? Because I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later with a different video. Bye.